So I had this random thought. Hold on. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. Seems like every time I'm about to start a video, somebody comes in and signs in or something like that. But I mean, it's fine. It's my job. So, um, but anyway, yeah. I had this random thought earlier. Um, I don't know about y'all, but for me, sometimes I just go into these, altered states of consciousness, awareness, whatever you want to call it. Um, Sometimes it's due to just certain things I'm doing at the time, or it could be just, daydreaming or just sitting thinking, kind of being still and thinking about just thinking. So anyway, I had one of those moments today. Um, you can call it one of those download moments. At least that's how I see it. That's how I feel about it. And I had this really weird thought or stream of thought just kind of just pass by my mind or into my mind or whatever you want to call it. And it was this thought that everything on the any external world literally is kind of meant to take us away from ourselves. That's what it's supposed to do. That is the point of it. Literally, when I say everything, I mean everything and everyone. And I think part of what triggered this thought process or this thought was the fact that, sometimes I get frustrated because there's so much information in the world. There's so many different perspectives and opinions about life and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to live, and the right way to live your life, and what's considered responsible, and ideals about the right way to be an adult. And then there's all these philosophies and religious philosophies and teachings and spiritual philosophies and law of attraction, and just your parents, your family, your girlfriend, your lover, your romantic partner, etc., etc. Just all these voices, all these noises, all these perspectives, all these opinions, all the judgment, all the you should do this, you should do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, vice versa. And it's all just, it can be very, very overwhelming because it can be so conflicting because on one hand there's a lot of wisdom out there in the external world. And when I say external world, I mean anything outside yourself, anything outside your own voice or your own sense of your own perception, or your own awareness, your own I am presence. Anything outside of that I consider the external reality or the external world, even though that in itself is also just a concept, right? Or a kind of perspective or conceptual perspective or conceptual layer of perception, whatever the fuck. I don't know how to say it, but y'all get what I'm saying. And. So, again, I came to the conclusion today that everything outside of you, externally, outside of your I am presence, is literally meant to take you away from yourself. And why do I think that? Well, because originally, there was just the singularity, or what you can call the source, or God, one eternal, infinite presence or awareness or consciousness. And that awareness or presence eventually, fractalized or broke itself apart into uh, infinite other conceptual pieces, all to give the illusion or the illusion of other. And it's only the illusion of other based off of the concept of another. And this concept of another was literally created to take the one, the source or the singularity away from itself to create an experience of something or the illusion of an experience outside of itself. That was why it did what it did, however it did it. So the singularity or God literally created the illusion of other or the external, you know, concept of other, um, conceptually outside of itself to take itself away from itself or create the illusion of taking itself away from itself to create an experience for itself. So literally, the singularity created uh, the illusion of uh, other or external or something separate outside or outside or other than itself to take itself away from itself to create something for itself to experience, right? So um when I say that everything outside of yourself was literally created to take you away from yourself, like that's what I mean. All these different voices and opinions and perspectives and belief systems and ideologies and just voices and noises and it's all just it's all meant to be that way, even though it's all so conflicting. So, but ultimately, like I feel like we're supposed to see that for what it is, and ultimately recognize that these outside voices are here and they exist and they're supposed to be here and they're supposed to exist. But ultimately, it's about remembering that all these voices really are just literally here to create some type of experience for the one true source, God, the universe, you, me. They're here to basically create an experience for us to have outside of just pure awareness. If there wasn't this other thing that was created to take us away from ourselves, there would be nothing for us to experience or to do. So, outside of, ourselves, we would just literally just be you know, just an I am presence, and there will be nothing to experience. Rather it's just sunset or your friends, your family, animals, plant life. I don't know, insects, wildlife, basically anything and everything, right? So it kind of just makes me think about when people talk about, oh, just go within and go within. I'm like, well, you know on one hand I get what people are saying because yeah, um we should go within because um going within is how we remember that all that really matters is what is important to us, what we truly believe, what internally on a deeper spiritual level our being resonates with. It could be like just how to live our life, our lifestyle, what's important to us, our values, just um, when it comes to just our relationships, our partners, just our overall like life path, or any kind of sense of purpose or fulfillment. Anything dealing with that kind of stuff to me is what um, where that internal kind of um, knowing or voice or compass kind of comes in. Everything outside of us is literally kind of meant to take us away from that, to just kind of give us something other to experience. And but it's not really meant for us to use as a ultimate, compass. Now, I do believe that there's other perspectives that, may have wisdom that can help. I do believe that. Um, but ultimately, I think truthfully and honestly, um, you know, for the most part, these other voices outside of us, they're meant to take us away from ourselves. And while they can be helpful, I feel like the only voice that truly matters is our own. And that goes for, everybody, not just me, but anybody and everybody. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody, has something to say about something, or, everybody has an opinion. One of the girls I used to date used to say this saying. She used to go, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. So like, I kind of do agree with that. It's like, everybody has an opinion for your life and how you should live it and what you should and shouldn't do, and how you should be responsible, and what you shouldn't do, and just, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, everybody seems to kind of know what's right for you, but doesn't really seem to be able to figure it out for themselves. All these voices and opinions, and you know you know you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that was just basically, that was my video. That when people say stuff like, just go within, yeah, I do agree with that. The only voice that truly matters is your own internal voice. And that's ultimately the only thing that, we all should be using as uh, a guide or compass in our life. And, you know, when we're trying to find our way, or our, what makes sense to us, what makes sense to our soul and how to live our life. Like, it's nothing wrong with, getting other perspectives, but for me personally, I'm just realizing more and more that nobody will never truly understand you or your soul the way that you can. There's other perspectives and, ideas and philosophies and opinions, but none of these other voices outside of you will ever truly know, you know, what's truly right for you. So yeah, I just wanted to basically just, express that. And other than that, y'all have a good day. I'm gonna finish up my work day, and I will talk to y'all later.